Bessie time. Best time. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. I was gonna go biking again. That I think that battery charge. I think you only use like half the battery. Hmm. The robot told me I shouldn't use the battery all the way to zero. Hmm. Dear robot, why should you not use zero battery to zero on an e-bike? Some reason probably. I'm not a battery expert. I don't know nothing about electricity. It's about electrons or something. Fields. It's about fields. There's a bunch of fields. Did you know there are fields inside of a battery? Really? There's like fields inside of a battery. I guess. I don't fucking know, man. Don't let me. Hmm. Any other ideas? Hmm. You got all weird on me, man. You got all weird. Yeah, you're gonna go, what, like a religious preacher on me, buddy? Yeah, I know it sucks. It's like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad, isn't it? Yeah. Blessed is the peacemaker. Is a peacemaker a gun? Is there a peacemaker gun? Blessed is the peacemaker. Blessed is the bonza. Blessed is the weak. Boo is the strong. Christianity was an insurgent religion. It was always an insurgent. That's what they keep forgetting. They don't realize they were created by, the Romans had 100,000 soldiers and the Israelis had nothing, right? Yeah, the whole thing is, blessed is the bonsai, the Japanese bonsai soldier. Blessed is the last heroic charge of the damned. Blessed is blessed is the Mujahideen fighting the Soviet communists as they get blown to shreds behind helicopters. Blessed is the Mujahideen fighting. I'm not going to say the second part, but the one that was, blessed is the weak, boo is the strong. Hey, I don't think that's. I don't know if people believe that. I don't know if they really believe that. It could be like a race to the bottom. They say the left started this whole race to the bottom, like who's the biggest victim. Christianity does that though now. Blessed is the weak. Boo is the strong. Yeah, they don't ever. Everyone's fucking Rocky. No one's the big guy. Everyone's fucking Rocky. Huh? Really? Everyone's a Rocky. No one is the overdog. Everyone is the underdog. mm-hmm. Any other genius ideas, buddy? Oh, I don't know. I'm just fucking off. I'm just here to create anarchy. You're an agent of the devil, aren't you, buddy? Or God, God in the. Did you know that? Oh, did you know that the Garden of Eden was a honeypot? You know what a honeypot is? Yeah, it means it was fake. It was all fake. It was like a fake setup. This little big fucking honeypot. God and the devil are the same person? Yeah, they're actually the same person. I've just said that joke 1,000 times. Jekyll and Hyde. Did you know Jekyll and Hyde are the same person? Yeah, I know. You keep making the same jokes over and over and over and over. La di da da dee da do dee da do da dee da do. So you can do this for like 30 minutes. You got to put a timer. You really, really enjoy hearing yourself talk, don't you? Yeah, shut up. Don't point that out. Does he even have anything to say? No, I don't actually have anything to say. That's the. I'll make something up. It's not hard. Like, have you looked at this world? They just make shit up. I mean, like, they literally just make this shit up as they go. Like, you don't actually think any of what they say is true, right? I mean, like, if they can do it, I'm pretty sure I can do it too. I mean, it's a pride thing. It's like, I've looked at these people and I'm like, I can make up stupider shit than they can, and I think my stories are about as fucking retarded as theirs. They're at least as retarded as theirs. I can do this shit too. It's not hard. You just make it up. You just make it up. It's not fucking rocket science. You just throw some words together. You sound really logical. You don't even have to know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you literally just, It's literally just act confident, and the whole thing is so disgusting. It's literally disgusting that humans like literally just want someone to sound confident. It's so fucking sad. I feel literal misanthropy towards humans when I think about that. Mm-hmm. How many other jokes were you doing? You were in bed for like an hour or two. Here's a good one. Sometimes I wish there was like a way for like one drunk driver to kill like every human on Earth. That's a weird one because like how could one drunk driver like hit? Because the whole premise is like I've never met a human in my life that I didn't secretly wish would get hit by a drunk driver. That's so then you took that and you extrapolated into being like one drunk driver somehow. Just huh. Hmm. It's an interesting concept. Hmm. Uh-huh. What other jokes you got, man? I don't remember, man. They come in through my brain and then they leave my brain. They just come in and go. They're like, you know, they're ethereal ghosts almost. Demons? Yeah, well, I mean, demons and angels. If God and the devil are the same thing, why wouldn't the demons and the angels be the same thing? I mean, I told you, it's a honeypot, Huh. Very interesting. Hmm. Uh-uh-uh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You had some joke about, I love the term epistemological guerrilla warfare. For some reason, I like that word. That's a fun concept. Because it's a war of like what is true. Mm-hmm. It's a war on truth, baby. Epistemological guerrilla warfare. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was born in the mud. I know how to play dirty. I can play dirty. I know how to play dirty. You really? You want to get like diarrhea in the bathtub? That'd be pretty dirty. Hmm. Uh-huh. Blessed is he who. So then you're going to do this whole joke. You love saying blessed is. You love the whole parable theory now, and you love the whole like blessed because you can just jump around. It's like blessed is he who has Palantir and JDAMs. Blessed is he. You just jump around. It's like blessed is the weak, and then you go blessed is the strong. It's the whole thing. They don't believe a fucking. Do you think any of these people believe a fucking word they're saying? I mean, seriously. Like, look at what anybody says and ask, do you think they actually believe that? Do you think they actually believe? Like, look at anybody talking and ask yourself, does this person actually believe what they're saying? Do you think they actually believe that? And you're like, I don't think any of these people believe what they're saying. I literally, I can't imagine any of these people believe a fucking word of what they're saying. Uh-huh. Did you know? Yeah, I'm not going that one. What was it? It was the. I can't get the phrasing right. It's like eye of the needle. Did you know a poor person has the same chance of getting into heaven as a camel getting through the eye of a needle? Yeah, they'll jump around on that one. Watch them. They are very tricky. They jump around on that one. Uh-huh. You're purposely mixing it up, right? Yeah, that's kind of the joke. Uh-huh. Blessed is the weak. Blessed is the strong. Look, as a person who sees themselves as a Roman, the Romans are the real victims, so they're the real weak ones. So you got to look at it like this: the Romans are the underdogs, and the Israelis, the 2,000 years ago Israelis, are the actual overdogs. Because we've all seen Rocky so many times by now that we know that the underdog is actually the overdog, and the overdog is actually the underdog. So the real underdog is the overdog, and the real overdog is the underdog. Huh. So you're just gonna, yeah, these people are fucking geniuses when it comes to like mental gymnastics. I'm telling you, man, you gotta understand. These people are geniuses. Uh-huh. 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 Huh. Uh-huh. 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 Any other ideas? good that you really love this. I love this joke more than almost anything. Every time I drive by Chick-fil-A, there's like 30 cars. So like I know how people work because I have a vague understanding of humans. Because I look at I watch the news and I'm always looking for parables inside of the news. And I know who humans are. Like I have a pretty good grasp of what humans are. And Chick-fil-A is going to turn into a religion, and it's so you'll drive up to the window and you'll get your sacrament and you'll give your donation, and they won't pay any fucking taxes because it's a religion. If you know anything about the people, if you know anything about people, you realize people hate paying taxes. And when you get your Chick-fil-A sandwich, you're not doing a capitalistic. That's not a capitalistic event. That's not a transaction of. That's a religious event. That's a sacrament. Why should the government be allowed to tax you when you eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich? They have no fucking right to tax you. And as a person who eats a Chick-fil-A sandwich, you shouldn't have to pay taxes when you do your religious sacrament. So they're gonna turn that into a fucking. They'll figure out a way to like not pay taxes on that shit. Cause that's just kind of cool. That's smart. That's really smart of them. Cause like Italy used to have like a third of their land. They didn't pay taxes on it. The French had that shit too back in the old days. That was a smart play. You shouldn't, if you're a person with power, you shouldn't have to pay taxes, man. That's just fucking common sense. And when a person eats a Chick-fil-A sandwich, I mean, that's just wrong. Why should they have to pay taxes? Why should a person doing their religious, taking the religious sacrament of like eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich, why should they have to pay taxes on that? That's just fucking wrong, man. It's just morally bankrupt. This country's bankrupt, They make people pay taxes on a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I mean, that's just wrong, man. That's just fucking wrong. Mm-hmm. What else? Mm-hmm. Oh, so in the same vein as that, I've decided to start making parables because that's the direction this country's going. It's going down the parable religious route. Obfuscation of reality. Because you're not eating a chicken sandwich. You're clearly. It's clearly a religious event when you eat a chicken sandwich. It's not a. It's not a food. It's not a capitalistic transaction. It's not business. It transcends business. It's bigger than business. So as long as I use the word parable, I should be safe because if they can bullshit that sort of shit, then I should be able to bullshit what I'm going to do, Did you ever hear the parable of that one guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6? The guy who gave that one guy the ear piercing? The one guy hit a drone? The key, here's the parable. Don't go after the big dog. Always go for the. Have you noticed there's a lot of people who are just going around bullying people and they don't really contribute anything to society? They're sort of like just bullies. You can't go after the big boy. You always go for the small boys. It's the parable of go after the small boy, don't go after the big boy. Huh. You should be careful, man. That's an interesting parable. Well, I said parable, and as long as I say parable, I should be protected under some sort of facade of, It's the parable of there are only 2.2 per every 1,000. Huh? You can't say that, dude. You can't say that. There's literally. They try and act like they have this thing under control. I'm pretty sure they don't. There's literally no way they can control everything, and they walk around like they own the place. They don't. The elites do not own this place. This is not their. This is not their place. They're gaslighting you. It is held together by duct tape and chicken wire. I don't know. I'm just fucking with you. Oh man, it's called a parable. As long as you say parable, I think you're pretty safe. I don't know about that, buddy. I don't think that's how that works. Blessed is the strong, boo is the weak. Blessed is the weak, boo is the strong. How much time? You said 30 minutes, right? Yeah, I didn't put an alarm on this fucking thing. What do I got? Oh, 15. Oh yeah. So the joke was, and the other joke was, this one was really funny. I don't remember how I got here. It was a joke of damn it, how did that go? It was genius. It was like hilarious. God damn, that was a good joke. And I gotta remember how I got there. The punchline was what was the punchline? The punchline is I've never. Oh man, I don't even know what the punchline is anymore. It was mow the grass. You were using mow the grass as like a really good euphemism. You love that euphemism, don't you? Yeah, it's a great euphemism. It's like the greatest euphemism ever. Once you learn that euphemism, it's like you can't unlearn that euphemism, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the punchline was mow the grass of all politicians on earth. That was the punchline. So the genius of this joke is I mean, I'm good at one thing. I am literally the stupidest human being on earth because there's nothing stupider than saying, hey, Xi Jinping needs to be mowed, Putin needs to be mowed, Trump needs to be mowed, Obama needs to be mowed, the Clintons need to be mowed. Yeah, you literally just made enemies with like literally everybody. It's a parable. It's a fucking parable, okay? I'm protected under, parable speech or something, right? It's the parable of mowing the grass. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting, but stupid. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't remember how you got there. Yeah, that one. I think it was better when you were laying in bed because it was like you had a better flow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not good. Mm-hmm. How did the flow go on that one? It was like da 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 da. Yeah, it was some da 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 da. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Blessed is the lawnmower man. Uh-huh. Blessed is the peacemaker, because he has a peacemaker. Is that a six-shooter from the Western Times or something? Blessed is the lawnmower man, for he mows the lawn. Blessed is the. Mm-hmm. You should come up. You should find some more euphemisms to really just mess with the. You got to mess with them parables, man, because once you start thinking about it, it's like what? Huh? Huh? What the fuck does that mean? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Huh? 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 Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. Also, like that Tucker Carlson joke where you're like, all these like right wing people are like, we're not puppets of it. Yeah, you are. Christianity was created as an insurgency group to destroy Rome. And then you guys don't want to understand, you literally were created as an insurgency group to destroy Rome. And like, because that's why you say, that's what insurgents say. When a person is an insurgent, they know they have to do a bonsai charge. They have to throw themselves on the fucking barbed wire. You don't say that when you drop like, $3 million tomahawks and shit. You don't, that's how blessed is the hundred bonsai chargers that kill like two Americans on a, it's raining. A bonsai, blessed is the hundred bonsai charged Japanese people who throw them. The losing side has to do the fucking blessed is the loser shit, not the winners. Hmm. It's just started raining again. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Glad you didn't go biking. Yeah, that was. Hmm. Mm-hmm. We're not puppets of net. Yeah, you are. You were created as an insurgency group to destroy Rome. Do you people not know that? Do you not? Tisk 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 tisk. Hmm. Hmm. Any other jokes? Hmm. These aren't jokes, they're parables. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. La ti ta ti ti da do. Blessed is the man who, when a person sees a person smiling and that person goes out of their, that's called management, is where a person is smiling and you have to be like, hey, that person's not allowed to smile. Blessed is he who gives that person an ear piercing a couple inches to the right. Uh-huh. Huh? Huh? No, it's a parable, man. It's like he who mows the lawn of the person who, uh huh. Blessed is he who takes. I don't know how this is supposed to go. Are you serious? You seriously think that like Chick-fil-A will call itself? Yeah, I sort of think companies are going to start doing that because I know who these people are, and they don't want to pay taxes, and the people who take the product don't want to have to pay taxes, so they'll do that. I think that because they did it in Italy and France in the old days, they're going to repeat this shit. Look, I mean, these people, they literally just keep repeating the past. It's not. You don't expect anything new to happen, right? Come on. Mm-hmm. 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 This is not a capitalistic business. This is a religious experience. Eating a chicken sandwich. Uh huh. Yep. That's how they're gonna word it. They'll be. And by chicken sandwich, I mean it's gonna be other stuff. It's not. It doesn't have to be a chicken sandwich place. It's a parable. It's not literal. Okay. Uh huh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not using the internet. The internet is not a product. It's a religious experience. I'm not using a cell phone. I'm using it's a religious. You have no right to tax this cell phone. Et cetera, et cetera. It's basically all businesses will try and bullshit their way out of paying taxes. Uh huh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other? ChatGPT has become they realize that they can't really get more money out of like putting more electricity into it, so they just optimize the shit out of it now. It's kind of like they created like a small little service within inside of your own chats, and it can search your chats better. Yeah, it's gonna be more like a personal secretary almost because it'll keep up with your shit a little better. Because that's where the money's gonna be because they can't really charge more putting to double or triple the size of like their video cards to get like more raw data stuff is not going to be that valuable. But they can do like little 1/10. It'll be 1/10 the energy of the actual LLM creation, and it'll give a pretty big boost to usefulness. Mm-hmm. See, I can ask ChatGPT now, like, what e-bike do I have? And it sort of knows, like, because it can group what I do into like 5 or 10 different groups. I have like comedy, I have like my e-bike, I have like computer questions, and I have like Stellaris questions. I used to play Hoi 4 a little bit, it sort of groups me. It's like the old grouping system, so it just groups you into stuff. Uh-huh. It's like Google. It's just Google plus. Plus, it's. Mm-hmm. 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 So I think they're done with the big electricity shit. They're just going for like optimization now, or like, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. That'll be skins, probably skins on top of it. Mm-hmm. The Black Lives Matter shirts and the Blue Lives Matter shirts are the same fucking shirt, and they just put some printing on it. Yeah, they 80% of the shirt is the same, and then they just put 10% of like the color on the top of it. It's the same bullshit underneath, but it's like they color it differently and they put different stripes. It's the same bullshit, all right? Yeah. They'll just put skins on top of ChatGPT and then they'll sell it for different, Are you a blah blah blah? You'll like this one. Are you a blah blah blah? You like this one, Mm-hmm. 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 La di da di di da do do di da do 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 do. Uh-huh. Huh. How much time you got left? You still got to kill 5 minutes. If you're going for like a 30-minute system, yeah, I don't know. You gotta have some sort of constraint, or I'll just do this for like 5 hours. I could easily do this for like 1,000 hours, probably. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say I like to hear myself talk, but yeah. I can write my own parables. It's not that hard. You just act like whatever you say is like really, really fucking deep. It's not fucking hard. The parable of taking a bath. Like, there's some sort of deep meaning in taking a bath, or maybe it's just taking a bath. I don't know. But it's a parable. The parable of how you can literally take anything and make it sound deep and meaningful if you do it with like a certain voice. Like, this is really deep and meaningful. I'm taking it's a because you got to get the dirt off, and the dirt is like symbolic of something, or you can make anything symbolic of anything if you want. If you know what the fuck you're doing, and you have like a sort of a that's very insightful. The parable of how all parables are complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, that's that's a parable though. Yeah. So you just made the joke that like parables are useless, but your parable about parables being useless is itself a parable. Yeah, I know. It's the whole thing ends up eating itself. It's a very ridiculous thing. La da 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 dee da doo dee 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 da dee da doo. It only rained for like 10 seconds or a minute. So I guess I gotta start looking for a video card with like 12 gigs or 16 gigs of RAM, man. I can't make no pictures on my thingy without a fucking more VRAM. Yeah, that's shit, man. You have to look at like Facebook or something. I don't know, man. Facey bookies, bookie faces. Facey bookies, bookie faces. Book faces. Did you not joke about like I think you did when you're buying it. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Any other genius jokes? Nah, they're not really jokes. I said they're parables. You gotta always use the word parable. That way you got like it's a legal defense. It's like I don't know. It's it's like the parable of the blah 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 blah. The parable of the lumberman who you cut trees for 30 minutes and you sharpen your axe. Hey, look, I mow the lawn for like an hour, and after mowing the lawn for an hour, I like to sharpen the blades on the lawnmower, you know what I mean? It's the parable of the lawnmower blade sharpener. Really? Any other? I don't think you have any more ideas. I think you're tapped, buddy, man. You're tapped. You gotta come up with. I think you had something better. I don't know. I had something better. I guess I don't. You still got 35 seconds to kill. Can you imagine they let people fucking elbow whatever the fuck they want on you? God damn, that's insane. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.